let you take care of all the video game stuff because this is juice. A lot of this is just fun.
I don't know if the cancellation of E3 is it's technically fun, but yeah, I mean the
Dude,
E3
when's
is
the last
canceled.
time you actually watched E3? That you
Honestly,
actually watched it?
I've watched every single E3. I mean, whenever they've done like their stuff on YouTube, because I've watched it because I'm really interested to see what other games are coming. But honestly, I was more interested in like the Xbox and Xbox, well, all of them, but mostly like not Activision. Who does Assassin's Creed? It's Ubisoft.
Who
I
does
was
what?
Assassin's Creed.
I thought you said
Ubisoft.
Assassin's Creed
Oh,
or
Assassin
something weird.
Assassin's Creed. So it's a I was more interested in the Ubisoft one and the Bethesda and the Xbox
Mm.
showcase is what I was more interested in when I was watching E3. But no, yeah, I watched every single E3 that's come out. I've always wanted to go to an E3, but you have to be like part of the media or games media to go.
Mm.
But no, I mean, E3 is canceled again for 2022, and they say that they're coming back in 2023, but I don't know. Because at this point,
So you're
it
thinking they're done?
I'm
Oh,
thinking they're done then. I don't see them coming back in 2023 because it just doesn't make sense for these big publishers to spend all this money going to E3
uh,
when they can do it themselves, and we've seen them doing themselves.
yeah.
You know,
That's what
like
Nintendo
the
was doing
PlayStation
for a
showcase,
while.
Nintendo showcase. So
They do their
and
Nintendo Directs, and
yeah,
that I feel like that's definitely worked out because they pre-record that stuff and then they
yeah,
edit
and they
it
don't
or
have to
put it out.
spend they
They
don't have to
just put
spend a
it
lot
on
of
YouTube.
money. Yeah, they don't have to spend a lot of money going to. I think this was in San Diego, I think, or somewhere. I think San Diego or LA, one of those two. The
Mhm.
E3 was always held at. So like
Nintendo knew what was up. They did it
yeah.
before everybody else. They thought like, you know what?
Now
Let's just give
if
you the
If
information.
E3 kind of shifts and rebrands itself and starts promoting like indie games, that'd
Mhm.
be really cool. Like that'd be really really cool to see
Well, they already
more.
had like indie games and stuff, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean, I
just to be
guess if
like
they like focus more on them, you mean?
yeah, like focus more on
Oh,
them instead of like the big publishers that we've all like because all the big publishers, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Activision,
uh,
well now at Microsoft, um, like they all do their own thing now, so
mhm.
it doesn't make sense. Like me, if I was the head of Ubisoft, it wouldn't make sense for me to spend $1 million or whatever to go to E3 to showcase what I can showcase, what I can do
You can
myself
do all that
in
stuff in house.
house
Yeah,
and save $1 million. Like it just doesn't make sense anymore.
yeah.
So I don't see E3 coming back in 2023 the same as
Unless
the
they
past.
are completely different. Maybe
Yeah.
they are revamped. Yeah, and they kind of changed the way that they do things.
Mhm.
But yeah, like I said, dude, Nintendo did this a long time ago and they left, and they still had their presentations during E3, but
Mhm.
it wasn't really like,
It wasn't a
like, oh,
lot.
we're not gonna have this whole like presentation in front in a studio. They did have that year, I believe, when it was like during for Mario and then like a Zelda thing, and they had like like their Nintendo room there.
Mhm.
So that things like that are really cool. So if they build like if they actually continue to build like an experience like that,
Yeah.
that's the whole you know that's the point of E3 for those people to go there. Like it's giant, it's huge, it's an experience for those
Mhm.
people that get to go. And if they keep doing stuff like that, then awesome. But the last couple of years have been really rough for
Yeah.
big events like that. So
Yeah. Yeah,
we'll just kind of
maybe if E3 opens up to the public and has instead of just being exclusively media members or members of the media, if they open to the public can go and go to these experiences and they can buy stuff there.
Mhm.
Maybe it changes the minds of these big publishers, but again, I don't know. Um, but talking about Nintendo, they recently came out that Breath of the Wild 2 is delayed to spring 2023.
Oh,
So we have to wait another year for Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah.
But I mean, the good thing is that
Maybe it was only like delayed like a few months or
maybe,
like 6 months
but
or so, but
I guess the silver lining here is that we finally get some Breath of the Wild 2 news, even
yeah,
though,
yeah, it's been like since they showed the gameplay like last year.
yeah, even
So
though like it's not like the news we wanted, but it's news, so they've some sort of
it still
communication.
exists,
Yeah.
unlike Metroid Prime 4, but it still exists. Um, dude, yeah, I mean, I hate this delays, but at the
Mm,
same time, when I see that, I'm like, well, they know what they're doing. They're going to delay
mhm,
this so that we can get the best game possible. I believe the first Breath of the Wild was delayed a couple of times too because it was supposed to come out for the Wii U only, I
mm,
believe, and then it ended up coming out for the Switch. So that was delayed a couple of times to kind of like you know
mhm.
accommodate that to help to be a Switch. It wasn't even a launch title, I believe. It came out the second year the Switch was out, so like 20
Yeah,
what was it 2016 that game came out
I think so. I
16
think so.
17.
Yeah.
um but yeah, I mean, about 5 6 years later we're getting another the Breath of the Wild sequel, and the little bit of gameplay that we
Mm,
saw a year ago looked cool. And I'm,
yeah.
as long as they can improve on the game and they make it fantastic, just like we say with the movies and stuff that have been getting
Yeah.
delayed,
I was
except for Morbius because apparently that's garbage.
yeah.
But
Yeah. I was seeing online on Twitter and stuff that people were saying that maybe Elden Ring had something to do with it, like their gameplay.
Mhm.
And I'm like, maybe how their gameplay is also open world, and I don't know if it was because of that, like how like, oh, we want to kind of do an Elden Ring esque
Yeah.
for Legend of Zelda, but I mean, if it is, that'd be interesting, but
Mhm.
I don't think that's why it was delayed. What do you think that had to do anything with it?
Nah. I mean, again, I have no idea, dude, but I don't think that really has much to do with it. If it comes out that, it did, then all right. But um I think that just the last couple of years have been like really hard for anyone
Mhm.
doing any sort of production. So, it's just giving them some time to finally tune it. You know what?
Yeah.
It may have been something like that because I mean, if they see these other games and they see how well they're made, and they think, what, we can improve a couple things. It very well could be, but
Mhm.
who knows? Um, anyways, let us know in the comments what you guys think of us getting Zelda delayed just a little bit longer. Are you guys still looking forward to it? Did you kind of forget that the last time we saw it was like a year ago?
I
Let
know.
us know
I
in the
forgot
comments.
about that.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm one of those. But I guess continue on with this gaming, dude. The I guess we got some cool news about Microsoft. They if you have a Microsoft Xbox, well, an Xbox Game Pass, later this year, they don't say a specific date, but later this year, you and four other people, so five total, of in your family can share the same Game Pass account and play games and all that cool stuff. I don't know how it's gonna. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like different. Like if you're all playing the same game, since it's different and it's different consoles, you all be in different spots, kind of thing. But I mean, it's gonna be like a Netflix account or uh
it's not like
Disney.
Netflix no more.
Yeah, like Disney, where you can have other people share your account and
It's
also
more
watch
like what they
stuff.
already have with Microsoft's 365 because they have family plans where
Yep.
you can share it with multiple people and everyone can get Office. And it's
Yeah.
honestly it's a pretty good deal. This is definitely going to be a good deal. 15
Mhm.
bucks a month for 5 people to use Game Pass. Like
Yeah.
that's
Do you think?
insanely good.
Yeah. Do you think they're gonna up the price if they do, like if there is like a if there's like a family plan option? You think they'll like it'll be like $20 a month instead of $15 a month for
I
the family
I mean,
plan?
it's inevitable. It's going to go up at some point. But I mean, just like with anything, like Disney Plus when it came out, was it like $5 a month, five, six
Yeah.
dollars a month, which is insane. I don't know how much the monthly plan is now because I had like 3 years prepaid of it. So
Mm.
I locked in that price for three
Yeah.
years. But it's definitely gonna go up at some
Yeah.
point.
I mean,
And even
if
then,
yeah, if it goes up by $5, that's
mhm,
$4 a person for five
yeah.
people. So That's still
I'll
really
tell
good.
you, I was
Yeah.
paying for Game Pass and I didn't even know for like over a
Wow.
year. And then one
Wow.
day I just looked at my bank statement and the first thing I saw was like Microsoft. I'm like, what did I buy? I'm over here like thinking like, what am I doing? And then I realized, wait, I played this game on my Xbox the other day and I didn't buy it. Oh, it's Game Pass. So I ended up like canceling that because I don't play my Xbox that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I do have Game Pass, and I have a couple of games that I've gotten through Game Pass. I'm like, oh yeah, it saved me a couple, like I think it saved me like $60 already,
Yeah.
honestly. Or I guess yeah, $60. I think the game was like $30 to buy it, but Game Pass, get it for
Mhm.
well, not technically for free because I'm paying for Game Pass, but
Yeah.
I don't have to fork
It's
over
nice to have
the
the option
30
to play
bucks.
all those games though. It's pretty
Yeah,
great.
it's great. And I mean, kind of on the same track here of
New memberships.
subscription of new membership subscriptions. PlayStation also unveiled their new subscription service called PlayStation, I guess Plus. Yeah,
What do they call it?
I think it's
Like
PlayStation Plus or
they
PlayStation Now.
people need to like be more creative and not just add plus
I
or
know.
like at the end of everything because we got like what like we got Disney Plus, we got freaking like well Netflix is Netflix. But
Paramount
okay,
Plus.
maybe I can only think of one thing.
Paramount
But
Plus.
yeah. It
Or
just
is
seems
or
like
is it just Paramount? Or I think
it's
it's
Paramount
Paramount
Plus.
Plus. Yeah,
It's
Paramount
Paramount
Plus.
Plus.
And there's gonna be Discovery Plus, I think. Right? Is that
Whatever
the
it
one?
ends up being.
Yeah. And then yeah, I think there's like three.
Oh, there's
Yeah, three,
Discovery Plus.
four.
There's definitely more, but I can
Yeah.
it's just like a Bruce Willis movie. I know what it is, but I can't think of the name right
Hey,
now.
maybe Netflix will have their Netflix plus premium version.
Oh yeah.
So but yeah, so PlayStation unveiled their streaming and their what was it?
Which
The
honestly, I think it,
like
it can be a pretty good deal too,
mhm.
honestly. Because you look at, the Plus Extra, and that's about essentially, yeah, the same as Game Pass. That's it right
Yeah.
here on the article by The Verge. Like essentially
Yeah.
Xbox Game Pass tier, it's $14.99 a month. Or up front for $99.
Yeah.
So
So what PlayStation did is that they separate into three categories. The first one is called PlayStation Plus Essential, which is $9.99 a month, and it it pretty much it basically works as Paramount as PlayStation Plus, and players get an online multiplayer access, cloud storage for save games, and 2 games to download and keep per month. And then if you want more, it's what like Leah was saying, PlayStation Plus Extra, which is $14.99 a month. And it grants you everything in the essential tier plus access to the library of what Sony called the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games for download. But unlike the Game Pass, if you want the PC streaming or previous gen PlayStation games, you have to go to the next tier, which is the PlayStation Plus Premium. And that one is at $17.99 a month or
the triple
$119 a
P.
year. Pretty much triple P. Um, and that one, it's all the tiers mentioned before, and it adds cloud streaming and PS3 games and streaming or downloading original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP games. Oh, that's pretty cool. So
Hold
PlayStation 3
on.
is like their new games and retro games.
Did
So
did they really call some games the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games? Like, how do they know that?
I don't know.
That's
Maybe
just funny. I've never
maybe
seen them
maybe
call
because they
games
were the
that.
most downloaded
I
games or bot
guess.
games.
They
But
could say best
Leo, you have
selling
a
PlayStation
PlayStation.
hits.
You have a PlayStation. If are you gonna get any one of these or what
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what games are on each one if they
or
show us
if
like
you were to get one, which one would you get?
um I don't know, man. Like, cause I'm kind of leaning towards like the premium one, just because there's a lot of retro games on PlayStation that I never played. So it just really comes down to if they are going to have those games
Mhm.
on that service, and if they do, then yeah, it seems like a good deal. I definitely always lean towards doing the yearly option, um, because yeah, it just makes so much more sense to do
Mhm.
that. So yeah, I'm definitely going to look into that. Pay yearly upfront for PlayStation Plus Premium, get all the games that I can play, and hopefully I'll have enough time to play stuff that I like.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you have a PlayStation, or if you are getting a PlayStation and this is out, let us know which one you would like to get, or you're getting, or you're thinking of getting, because I think they all, I think they all sit at three different pretty good price points, and they all offer pretty good things at their own price point. But yeah, just let us know which one you would get if you were to get a PlayStation Plus subscription.
All right, guys. So that was definitely like a really, really huge episode. So thanks for sticking around with us. Let us know down in the comments what you think about anything that we talked about today. If y'all have anything that you would like for us to check out or talk about in future shows or in future podcasts, just let us know. Till next time, I'm Leo,
I'm Ace.
and have a good week.
See ya.